transform! Hey everybody, MaskedMetaKnight4 and welcome to stream number 698. And welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, the HD Trilogy. Last time we continued Case 4, Day 2, and we managed to delay to the trial to the third and final day. And it did not take 15 minutes. Oh wait, or was the second day? I don't remember. Anyways, we're on the final day of Case 4. We've learned a lot about I was about to say Edgeworth, about his past, with his dream, his father, how he thinks he's a murderer, and the boat guy, the shopkeeper, he's gone. Cops are trying to get him. And Von Karma. Looks like we have some dirt on him for DL-6, but he took most of the evidence with him. And we couldn't stop him from taking the paper. However, Mia managed to make Von Karma drop a bullet of some sort. So hopefully that alone will be able to help us out in court tomorrow. But yeah, hopefully we finish this case tonight. So let's see how this goes, and hopefully we can save Edgy Boy. This is it, Judgment Day. Today things are gonna get settled at last. A lot of things. Wow! What's the big idea? Sorry, Nick. I only touched your shoulder. I guess the shock hasn't worn off my run-in with the stun gun yesterday. Anyhow, today's the last day of the trial. Good luck, Nick! Yeah, thanks, Maya. Edgeworth is looking glum as always. I hope Von Karma doesn't push him too hard. Whoa! What are you doing? Sorry, I'm sorry. I just thought I'd cheer you up with a pat on the back. Maya, maybe you should go outside and discharge. Right, good idea. Try not to electrocute anyone on your way out. Hello, pal! What's gone into that girl? Detective Gumshoe. Morning, Mr. Edgeworth. Good morning. How'd it go, Detective? Have no fear. As promised, I've captured our runaway caretaker. I just brought him in. Took all night, pal. Thanks, Detective Gumshoe. You must be tired. Actually, after that shock I got him on my way in, I feel pretty good. Yogi says he's forgotten his own name, but that has to be a lie. Why would he want revenge on Edgeworth if he couldn't remember his past? It's been a while. Is the judge just all a 5-year-old with a hammer? Does Wright actually grow in size? We're about to find out, dude. He does remember, and I'm going to prove it. Court is now in session for the trial of Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready. Right, very well. We have reached the final day of our proceeding in this trial. I ask that the prosecution submit decisive evidence. Understood. Come on, don't be awed by silence every little thing he says. Very well, Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement. Right. Thanks to Detective Gumshoe's efforts, the boat rental shop caretaker has been arrested. In yesterday's trial, the defense asserted that the caretaker was the murderer. However, the caretaker has yet to confirm this. I'd like to ask the defense to cross-examine him as much as necessary. Very well. Please bring the witness to the courtroom. You mother trucker. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I believe you all remember our witness. He lives in the boat rental shop on the lake, from where he witnessed the incident. In addition, he has currently lost memory of his name and identity. Witness! Why did you run away yesterday? The witness was not run away, as he will now testify. I see. Very well, please begin your testimony. Why I left court. Let's hear it, buddy. I'm really sorry about just leaving yesterday like I did. But I wasn't running away or nothing. I went to buy some food for Polly, see? I figured it got nothing to do with this incident anyhow. I mean, I need one of those motive things, right? And I don't got one. My testimony yesterday stands as is. Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination, shall we? You have to know his name. Yanni Yogi. You're Yanni Yogi, and I'm going to prove it. I'm really sorry about leaving yesterday just like I did. I'd call what you did running away and not just leaving. You heard Larry's testimony and realized you were in danger. No, Mr. Wright, there's no need to rush to conclusions. As I said, the witness was not running away. Listen to the testimony. Sure seems relaxed. In fact, they both do. Von Karma and Yanni Yogi. But it wasn't a runaway or nothing. Then why did you leave? He's just about to say why. Is it so hard for you to just quietly listen when someone is talking? If I sat quietly, Edgeworth would be guilty in 3 minutes. That's true. I went to buy some food for Polly, see? Food? Well, Polly is a bit of a gourmand, you see? She only eats these high-quality bird pellets from France. You only have them in the big pet store shop downtown. But you weren't arrested until this morning. Why didn't you go back to the caretaker's shack? Well, I kinda got lost, you see? Bro, the witness has trouble remembering things sometimes. When the police apprehended him, he was on his way back to the shack. Yeah, right. Nice try, Von Karma. No one's gonna believe that. I see. So he was... Dude, I would hate to live in this world, dude. I would hate to get framed for something and have this guy be my judge. It'd be over. Please, Your Honor, come to your senses. Figured I got nothing to do with this incident anyhow. You've lost much of your memory, is that correct? Yep, seems like it. Then how can you know that you didn't have anything to do with this incident? Or maybe you're lying about not having your memory, You know exactly who you are. The witness has testified quite clearly that he has no memory of who he is. If you claim he's lying, then show the court proof. How am I supposed to prove what's going on in that old cogger's head? That's impossible. I'm glad you've come to your senses, Mr. Wright. Very well, witness. Please continue. I mean, I need one of those motive things, right? I don't got one. How can you say you had no motive? I say you do. You had a grudge against Edgeworth and the victim, Robert Hammond. That's why you took revenge on them, right? Please don't make me repeat myself, Mr. Wright. This witness has no memory of anything beyond several years ago. You can't hold a grudge, it's impossible. You have to prove he's lying about his memory. Otherwise, it's going to be the same thing over and over until the trial ends. May I say something, Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. You've been saying the same thing now, over and over. You've been calling the witness's memory of the past, or lack thereof, into question. But does this really have anything to do with the current case? Of course, Your Honor. The witness has said he had nothing to do with this case and no motive. Both of these statements are lies. Order! Order! Mr. Wright, there is a serious problem with your claim. Or, are you saying you know who this witness is? Of course, Your Honor. Ho, ho! Now this is interesting. I'd like to know myself, so who is he? Don't play dumb, Von Karma. Mr. Wright, please tell us this witness's name. His name is Yanni Yogi, a former court bailiff. Yogi? That name sounds familiar. Oh! Yanni Yogi, from the DL-6 incident. Figures the judge would have heard of it. It was such a famous case. What does this mean? Your Honor, this man is Mr. Yogi, and he has a clear motive. Tisk. Jump into conclusions again, Mr. Wright. This witness is Yanni Yogi. Fascinating. However, how do you propose to prove this to the court? This is a court of law, as you may recall. You need proof. And allow me to repeat once more that the witness has lost his memory. This is it. I have to do this now. If I can't prove he's Yogi right here, right now, I've got nowhere else to go. Nick! How are you gonna prove it? How can you prove that he's Yanni Yogi? It's okay. It's actually quite simple. Your Honor, please take this man's fingerprints. Then we'll compare them to the fingerprints on file for Yanni Yogi 15 years ago. I see. That makes sense. Tisk. Huh? I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright. What? Why? The witness has no finger... There's just no way. What? What? No fingerprints? You see, before I worked as a caretaker, I worked on a chemical... Guys, I need to mention something right now, before I continue. This guy claims he has a memory, right? Right? Several years ago. Right? How does he magically remember this? How does he remember what he did as a caretaker, but he can't remember his name? Dude, they exposed themselves. You see, before I worked as a caretaker, I worked at a chemical plant. I burned my fingers working with the stuff. Yup. What? Yogi, you sneak. You burn your fingerprints off to hide your past. Well, if the witness has no fingerprints, I guess we'll not be able to prove his identity. No. Tisk. Well, what do you do now, Mr. Wright? Seems that the case has been decided, no? No. I know what happened. I know everything. I just can't prove it. But no, I can't let it end like this. I can't lose. There has to be another way. There is no one who can testify as who the witness is. No one! Nick, what are you gonna do? I didn't even consider that he might have erased his fingerprints. What do I do? Tisk. Well, Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to cross-examine his parrot for a little comic relief, Yeah, very funny. You're a sore winner, Von Karma. Wait a second. Cross-examine his parrot? What is it, Nick? No, you're not going to. Your Honor. The defense would like to take Mr. Von Karma up on his proposal. Take Mr. Von Karma up? On my proposal? Exactly, Your Honor. I would like to cross-examine the witness's pet parrot. Order! Oh, well, what do you think, Mr. Von... Why are you asking him what do you think? He suggested it. He can't say no now. Do you even need to ask? This is a farce. I object. Wait a second. You were the one who suggested I cross-examine the parrot, Von Karma. I have a right to do as you suggested. Well, if you're so desperate, then please be my guest. Of course, should he go through with this, and nothing comes of it, then I hope you're ready for the consequences. Nick, this is crazy. Well, still want to go through with your little game? Let the parrot take the stand. I will cross-examine her, Your Honor. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Von Karma's raked every person's testimony, every piece of evidence, except the parrot. She's my last chance. At least, I think so. But let's bring in the parrot! That's quite a bird. Please tell us your name. Can I save? Let's save. Name! The witness has ignored me. It must hurt to be ignored by a bird. Ahem, very well, witness. Who is your owner? Please, testify for us.
Hello, hello, Squawk.
It's over. It's over. Oh, it's over, boys. Certainly the most concise testimony we've had so far. Concise. Very well, begin your cross-examination.
Right. What are you going to do, Nick?
I don't know. What do we do, Maya?
Hello, hello, Squawk.
Witness! You can't just say hello and expect us to get anywhere. I want you to testify. Maya, you talk to her.
Right. What do I say?
Maybe I should get her to say her name.
Polly, what's your name? Polly, Squawk.
Mr. Wright? I think we've established that this parrot is named Polly. Does this have anything to do with your owner's identity? Of course. Yes, it does. Ha! Fascinating. You claim that the parrot's name will prove her owner's identity? Then show us as proof.
Nick, don't you think you're taking the bluffing a little too far?
Listen, we're not here to answer the question of who is the caretaker. We're here to prove that he is Yanni Yogi. All we have to do is tie the name Polly to Yogi. Your Honor, the proof that the parrot's name reveals the caretaker's identity is... Oh, fudge! I misclicked. Make a random guess. Oh, no. Oh, I didn't take any... I didn't get any penalty off of that. Okay, wait. Let me look at it. Let me look at something. Yep, figured it out. Okay. Why don't you testify? What do I say? What's your name? Of course. There you go. The DL-6 case file? That's quite a large file you have there. Which page is the proof on? Show us or stop wasting our time. Very well. Mr. Wright, please show us the page. Where in this file is the information connected to this parrot's name? Case summary, victim data, suspect data. It's on the suspect data page. This page is all the information about Yanni Yogi. Right after he was arrested, his fiancée committed suicide, see? Indeed, it does say that, yes. What was his fiancée's name? Polly Jenkins. Polly! Exactly, Your Honor. He wanted to remember the name of his fiancée, who had committed suicide. That's why he named his parrot after her. I see. I guess this is possible. Bah, a mere coincidence, that's all. My granddaughter has a dog she calls Phoenix. Well, Mr. Phoenix Wright, does that make you my granddaughter's fiancé? She's only 7 years old. Indeed. If he were his fiancé, we would arrest you on the spot. Alone is a little weak for evidence in a murder trial. We would have needed some other corroborating evidence. Where am I going to find that? Nick, we're getting closer. One more. Can't just get one more piece of evidence. Right. But what? Very well, witness. You may continue. Witness, you're here to speak. You must speak to me. He brought his daughter in this and got away with it. I know, right? Frankly, I can't believe that you're speaking to the parrot.
Well, guess we should try to get some information out of her.
Okay. Okay. Maybe I'll get her to say the number of the safe.
Huh? The safe? Why?
Let's just try to get her to say anything, okay?
Polly, what's the number to the safe in the shack?
1228! 1228! Why, what a reckless parrot! Well, Mr. Wright, you aren't claiming that this number has something to do with the caretaker. Actually, it does. That's why I had her say it. Ha! Ridiculous. How can the number to a safe tell us who the caretaker is? Show us your proof. What could possibly link this to the number caretaker's true identity? And take that! Take that! The DL-6 file. What is this obsession you have with that case? Mr. Wright, where in this file is something related to the safe number? It's on the case summary page. The case summary? Specifically the date on which the DL-6 incident occurred. The date of the incident? December 28th. Well, that's today's date, 15 years ago. And the number on the safe is 1228. Oh! He used a date on the DL-6 incident as the number for his safe, Your Honor. That's how important the date was to him. I see. It certainly is an interesting coincidence. People often do set their secret numbers to dates. Objection. Bah, this is not tangible proof. I set my ATM to 0001 because our number one... Hey, yo. You guys ready to rob this guy? Like, he's still here in this trial, right? We can, like, just sneak out from the back, right? The judge won't notice, like, two people missing, right? In the crowd. Let's just end the stream now and go to this guy's, ATM, right? And, just take all of his money. This guy's never lost, right? He must be a millionaire or something. This has nothing to do with a date. Nothing. No, hacking his ass right now. That's enough. I think we've reached a conclusion here. This is a mere coincidence, that's all. True, that is a possibility. However, two coincidences at the same... Word salad. Two coincidences at the same time seems more like a pattern to me. What are you saying? Summon the caretaker of the watch shop. Immediately! Witness, tell us your name. Wait, this witness, he doesn't remember. No, it's okay. Hey! 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 I've accomplished what I wanted to do, I'm done.
Nick, he looks totally different.
This is the real Yogi, I think. Finally. He's been acting feeble to hide his true identity. Acting for 15 years. Well, let me ask you again. Please state your name for the court. My name is Yanni Yogi. 15 years ago, I served as the bailiff in this very court. Order! Order! Yanni Yogi. So it was you who killed Robert Hammond and tried to frame Miles Edgeworth for his death? Yes, it was me. I did it. They put me on the witness stand 15 years ago. Robert Hammond, he said I was mentally unsound. He told me it would make me innocent, get me off the hook. So, I pretended to have brain damage. I was innocent, really, but he didn't believe me. We won the trial, but I lost everything. I lost my job, my fiancé, my social standing. Then this year, 15 years later, a package arrived. It was a letter and a pistol. A plan was written out in careful detail. It was a plan for me to take my revenge on the people who ruined my life. I didn't care for who sent it. I thought this was my chance. After 15 years, this was it. Finally, a chance to have revenge on Robert Hammond and Miles Edgeworth. I have no regrets. Wait a moment! Revenge against Miles Edgeworth? What do you mean? I'm not at liberty to speak on that matter. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth yourself? Anyway, I admit it. I was the one who killed Robert Hammond. Von Karma! Where is Mr. Yogi? Under arrest, Your Honor. I saw no room for error in his confession. Then, the defendant Miles Edgeworth is innocent. In this case, at least. Very well. Will the defendant please take the stand? There are a few mysteries left unsolved. Still, you are cleared of suspicion for this particular case. So I would like to pass the judgment of murder of Mr. Robert Hammond. Any objections? I don't believe it. Why isn't Von Karma saying anything? Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty! That is all. This court is adjourned.
Objection!
Did someone just say objection? It wasn't Von Karma. Wait, but that means... No. Edgeworth? Your Honor, I object to your judgment. What do you mean? I'm not innocent at all. As we have heard, Yanni Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge. But, revenge for what?
Nick! Edgeworth is trying to confess. He's gonna say he's guilty. He's gonna tell them he was the murderer in the DL-6 incident. He's gonna tell them he killed his own dad.
Uh-oh, what do I do? The judgment has already been passed. I object to Edgeworth's outburst. Didn't someone like this happen yesterday too? I believe a certain witness raised an objection after a guilty verdict was passed. That would be Larry. You must hear this new statement. You must hear Miles Edgeworth. He's right. We have a duty to hear Mr. Edgeworth out. For 15 years, I've had a recurring dream. A nightmare. It's only a nightmare. That's what I told myself. But now I know it wasn't a dream. Yanni Yogi wasn't the killer. You mean in the incident where your father died? From the distance of the shot, it wasn't suicide either. Everything was as clear as day. The murderer, the criminal in the DL-6 incident, it was me. Your Honor, I confess my guilt. I'm guilty for DL-6, the statute of limitations of which ends today. The culprit is me. Order! Order! This is certainly unexpected. The defendant declared innocent is confessing to a different crime. A crime on which the statute of limitation runs out today? I'm not really sure how I should deal with this. Bah, it's obvious. We hold a trial right here, right now. We try this man for his crime of 15 years ago. I think we'd like to take a 5-minute recess. During this time, I will consider the appropriate course of action to take. Court is adjourned. Edgeworth. I'm sorry, Wright. I just wasted all of your effort. Mr. Edgeworth, I just don't believe it, sir. I mean, you killed your dad? I didn't want to believe it myself, Detective. But I deserve to be punished. Murder is murder, no matter what the circumstances. This is crazy! Just crazy!
Nick? What are you doing?
Huh? Oh. I was just reading through the court record once more. I'm getting my case ready.
Your case for what?
Huh? Is it obvious? I'm gonna prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent. What are you talking about, pal? He just admitted to it! He confessed that he did it in court.
I'm sorry, Edgeworth, but I don't believe your nightmare.
What?
It's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right here in this court record. In any case, tighten your belts. The real fight is just beginning. I'll prove you're innocent. Trust me.
Right. Now then, we'd like to resume our trial. Judge? Judge, Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt. He has confessed his crime. Let's begin by hearing his testimony. Then, through pointless, let the defense do their cross-examining. The statute of limitations on DL-6 incident runs out today. Though it's unconventional for me, I'd like to run this one by the book. I see. Did the defense have any objections?
No, Your Honor. Von Karma, you knew this was going to happen from the very beginning, didn't you?
Very well. Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand?
Will the witness state his name and profession? Man, the side character gave himself up, and yet the main character is now like, yeah, I gotta live. You have to live! Miles Edgeworth. I'm a prosecuting attorney.
Mr. Edgeworth, 15 years ago, you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct?
It is correct.
Then testify about this matter to the court.
When Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That will be the key, but only if I can get it to work. Please, please. Whew. That day, I'd gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure, began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remembered it to this day. That's all.
And until now, you thought this memory was a dream?
We were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out, and I lost my memory of the events.
Bah, the same claim Mr. Yogi has made. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
Yes, Your Honor. Right. That day I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. What was the trial your father was involved in on that day? I don't remember things very clearly. Only 2 things. I know my father lost. Mr. Von Karma was a prosecuting attorney.
Mr. Von Karma, you were handling that case? It was 15 years ago. Don't remember the details.
That was when Edgeworth pointed out the problem in Von Karma's evidence.
Ooh.
As he went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. So there was 3 people, including yourself, trapped in that elevator? Yes, myself, my father, and Yanni Yogi. We were fine at first, but then as time passed and no one came to help, my father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. What did you do then? I was a 9-year-old boy at the time. What could I do? I was scared, trembling in the corner. But then, just then, something heavy fell at my feet. What was it? A pistol. I assume it was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi's. The safety must have come off when it fell from its holster. And you picked it up. What happened next? I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. Wanted them to stop fighting. Did you know it was a pistol when you threw it? I think I knew. I knew it was dangerous. But the air was getting so thick, I panicked.
So you're certain that you threw the pistol at Mr. Yogi?
I was, in a daze. A moment later, there was like a single gunshot, then a scream. The gun fired once? Yes. I think after I threw it, I lost consciousness. Since then, they've echoed in my head every day. That gunshot and that horrible scream. The scream? A terrible scream. I remember it to this day. To this day. Yes, I can practically hear it now. I doubt I will ever forget that scream as long as I live. There it is. One part of the testimony clearly contradicts the evidence. So, if Edgeworth's dad got shot, did he die instantly? Or did he... I don't know what it means. Better find out and quick. Let me look at my evidence. Let me save first, actually. Okay, so the attorney badge, we don't need that right now. Autopsy Roberts, we don't care. Leg photo, we don't care. DL-6, Missy Faye. The spirit medium. Map, don't care. The victim's body. This is Robert Hammond's body. Robert Hammond gun. Metal detector, parrot, DL-6. No clues found on the scene. Trapped in the elevator, one bullet found in the heart. A murder weapon was fired twice. It was fired twice? Father, Mr. Yogi lost her composure and began to argue. Something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. Wanted him to stop fighting. A moment later, there's a single gunshot, then a scream. Are you sure you only heard one gunshot? Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot and the scream. Then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came. I see. No, Your Honor. Unfortunately, you don't. Look at this file one more time. This plainly contradicts the witness's testimony. You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? You don't accept this evidence unless you can tell us what page it's on. Which page contradicts Miles Edgeworth's testimony? Look at the victim data on this file. It says it quite plainly. A murder weapon was fired twice. Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot, yet the murder weapon was fired twice. The first shot was the accidental firing when the pistol was thrown. So, who fired the remaining shot?
Was there perhaps another shooter who fired that second shot? Your Honor, as I'm sure you're aware, this incident occurred 15 years ago. The evidence is dated. The pistol did fire twice. However, we do not know when that second shot was fired. It might have been fired the day before the incident. There is no proof that the second shot had anything to do with this incident.
What?
I see. You do have a point, Mr. Wright. The murder weapon was fired twice, as we have heard. One of those shots was fired by the defendant, a boy at the time. Do you have any proof of the other shots fired something to do with the case?
Yes. Your Honor, I think I'll be able to show you proof.
What? Impossible. No, Mr. Von Karma, save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence. Very well, Mr. Wright, show us your proof.
I know exactly what to show.
Do you have evidence that the second firing of the pistol is related to this incident?
If you look here, so his dad is dead right there at the wall, and like you see in the window, there's a second shot from the window. Unless his dad was standing at the window, then only got shot once because he's bleeding on the ground down there, and there's the bullet at the elevator window. Because if he got shot at the door, through the door, there'd be like blood like in front of it. So we're gonna present this. Look at this photograph. This is a photograph of the scene of the crime. 15-year imposter scum, exactly. I can't see that the victim lying there is Gregory Edgeworth. Or I can see. This proves the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. This photo proves it.
So let me get this straight. This photo proves 2 shots were fired? Where?
Your Honor, please. Please get a clue. Show the judge a contradiction in the photo. Up here, right? As should be obvious, the contradiction is here.
I see a bullet hole in the door.
Your Honor, Gregory Edgeworth was killed by a shot from the pistol. Yet there is also a bullet hole in the elevator door. We also know the murder weapon was fired twice. Thus, someone other than Edgeworth fired that second shot. The judge is trash.
Order! Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at?
It's simple, Your Honor. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart, the other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired rang out. Conclusion, you must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else.
Mr. Wright, but who could that someone else be?
The murderer, of course.
He's driving to your mom's house, Your Honor. I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand. Mr. Wright, look once more at the DL-6 incident case file. Look closely. Try the case summary page.
A case summary? That's on page 1.
Look what is written there. Not a single clue was found on the scene. If the pistol had indeed been fired 2 times, then the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene. He does have a point. That second bullet has never been found. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. That is the truth of this matter. The whole truth. It was undoubtedly something else that made that bullet hole in the door. Order! Order! Mr. Wright has proven one thing to us clearly. That the murderer weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. However, as Mr. Von Karma says, the second bullet was not found. It is highly unlikely that the police merely overlooked the second bullet. So all we have is a single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to discount the defense's claim. Tisk tisk tisk. I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter.
Gah, how did this happen? I don't believe that the second bullet didn't exist. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident? What are you doing, Nick? Why'd you raise an objection?
Sorry, Maya.
What?
It looks like I was wrong.
Nick? If the second bullet wasn't there, then all my conjectures are for nothing. No! But you said you'd do it, Nick! You said you'd get Edgeworth declared innocent!
I'm sorry. It's just when I saw the photograph, I thought that 2 shots had been fired. I was so certain of it. Thought I'd won. Thought there was another person, someone else who fired the killing shot. But now, I was wrong to think it could be that simple. This case has been stood unsolved for 15 years.
Nick!
Well, it seems that we have finally cleared up this incident. Only 1 bullet was found at the scene of the crime. That shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth. Precisely. I would like to ask one thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any objections?
No. No, I do not.
So you killed your father, though? That was not your intention?
Yes, I did.
Oh no! He's accepted the guilt!
Very well. The statute of limitations on the murder of Gregory runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce a verdict on the defendant today. Right here? Right now. Indeed. Does anyone have any objections?
I've been here before. It's just like my first day in court. There are so many things I should be saying. But my mind's gone blank. I can't find the words.
Mr. Wright?
Bro, what objections do I have? Your Honor, I object. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object, Oof.
Nick?
I don't know. This case is perfect.
Oh no.
Gah. It must exist. The second bullet. What? What did you just say?
Nothing.
The second bullet must exist? Well, where? Someone took it.
It seems waiting is not going to produce us any answers from Mr. Wright.
Wait, Your Honor. The second bullet. It existed.
What? But we've just heard proof that it did not exist.
I realize that, Your Honor. I'm really grasping here. It's just someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened.
But who?
The murderer.
The murderer? Then tell us, just who is this murderer?
I'm still thinking about that one.
So the criminal took the second bullet, but why?
Huh?
First of all, how would they have found it? It's not easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright. Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for the bullet?
The murderer didn't need it. Why would the murderer have spent the time to look for that stray bullet? I haven't gotten a clue.
What's wrong, Mr. Wright?
The murderer had no reason to take that bullet. You don't want to admit it, but it's true.
Yuck.
Had to take it. Had to take it. The murderer? What does that mean? You're thinking too normal. Think crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken.
Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor. I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene. But, the murderer had to take that bullet.
Had to, Mr. Wright? What do you mean?
Well, for instance... For instance, what? Maybe the bullet, hit the murderer?
The bullet hit the murderer?
Just saying, for instance. I mean, if it hit you, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there. You know? Wait a second. I was just talking off the top of my head, but what if that's really what happened?
Let me get this straight. So at the time of the murderer themselves was shot? And they left with the second bullet still inside of them? Thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime?
Yes. I guess that's how it would work, yes.
But there's a problem with that. The other two people rescued from that elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Yanni Yogi, were both unharmed. So that would mean...
The murderer came from outside, yes. The two men fight inside the elevator. Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol at his feet and throws it. The pistol discharges on the bullet. The bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. Then the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the men inside.
Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known. I can tell you're grasping, yet I cannot deny the possibility of what you say.
What are you saying? Deny it! Deny it!
No one involved with the incident was wounded. There was no murderer.
No one was wounded at the time of the incident. He's right. I can't think of anyone. Hey, Nick! Huh? I just thought of something really crazy.
Crazy?
Remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday?
Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record.
Wow!
Must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's ever taken in his many years of prosecuting.
What if Von Karma didn't take that vacation because of shock, but took it because he was injured? Which would mean... it could only mean one thing. He was the murderer in the DL-6 incident.
He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth.
It was Von Karma!
Oh man. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You seem dazed.
No, Your Honor.
Well, you have indicated the possibility that the murderer came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect?
Uh-oh. Should I come out and say it now? Oh, shoot.
This is scary.
Dude, if I say it later, okay, so here, if I say it, what's to say for later, right? Our backs are against the wall, but right now we need to prove that the second bullet exists. Because if he is a real murderer, we can bait him into something. I don't know. I'm gonna say it now. Your Honor, there is a suspect. One lone suspect.
Well, this is certainly interesting news. Very well, Mr. Wright. Who is your suspect?
My hands are shaking.
Well, what?
Von Karma! Von Karma!
You mean the Von Karma? A prosecutioner? One standing right over there? Bah. You don't object? I see no need. Why honor this ridiculous outburst of my objection?
Because you took a vacation for several months starting the day after the incident. Yet you pride yourself on a perfect record. Why would you take such a long vacation without any reason?
So you're claiming that I took a vacation to heal my injury from the incident? Fascinating. Prove it. I would have needed surgery, though. Where did I go under the knife at, Mr. Wright? Bring the doctor that operated on me. Have him testify.
Ugh. Nick! Let's find out whose doctor is.
It's no use. Edgeworth?
I know Von Karma, perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave clues. He probably didn't undergo surgery. I would leave a doctor as a witness. Nobody's that perfect. So what now, Nick? Did Von Karma pull the bullet out by himself? That's insane! No, he couldn't have. You can't just pull bullets out of yourself. Wait. What does that mean? That bullet has to be somewhere. But where?
Well, Mr. Wright, can you produce evidence I shot?
I will show evidence. Alright, Von Karma, I'll prove it. And I'll even use evidence. I know how you like it so much.
What?
The evidence that proves that Von Karma was shot is...
What exactly is that?
Sorry.
Judge, if you would.
Penalty? Oh, I think I'm doing sequences wrong. Von Karma is perfect. He wouldn't risk surgery, leaving an evidence trail. So then I ask, where is that bullet now? I think it unlikely that Von Karma performed surgery on himself.
You don't mean...
I do. There is a possibility that the bullet is still inside Von Karma.
Is that even possible? For all these years?
Well, there's one way to find out. We can use this metal detector! Well, Von Karma, I'm gonna run this over you and see what we find! Why are you spitting bullets, bro?
I refuse. You refuse? But refusing this means... You acknowledge the bullet is still inside you? Order! Order!
Your Honor, the defense requests that we allow to use a metal detector.
Judge, I call for a suspension of this trial. It was an invasion of privacy.
The statute of limitation runs out in this case today. It was you who said we had to end it right here. Right now!
Enough! I permit the use of the metal detector. Mr. Von Karma, you'll submit yourself to testing.
Nick, what does this mean?
I don't know, but we have to give it a shot. It reacted. Something's inside his right shoulder. The bullet. Mr. Von Karma? You. It was you.
I was afraid this would happen, and so I remained silent. Indeed, there is a bullet in my shoulder. However, it has nothing to do with this incident.
What?
I was shot in the shoulder long before the DL-6 incident. I claim that the bullet in my shoulder has no relation to DL-6. But Mr. Von Karma, can you prove that?
Prove?
I have no obligation to prove anything. It's Mr. Wright who must prove something here, not I. Mr. Wright? Well, can you prove it? Can you prove that the bullet in Von Karma's shoulder was from DL-6? Of course he can't. You don't have any of the DL-6 evidence.
That's because you took it out of the records room yesterday.
With no proof, you cannot convict me of any crime. So sorry, Mr. Wright.
No, I'm the one who's sorry, Mr. Von Karma.
What?
You were close, one day away from freedom. But you see, I have proof!
What?
Who would have thought you would dig your own grave trying to convict Edgeworth? I can't link that bullet in your shoulder to the DL-6 incident. And here's my final proof!
That's... a bullet? Where did you get that?
This is the bullet used in the DL-6 incident. This was taken from the heart of the victim, Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely with all the ballistic markings intact.
Ballistic markings?
You may recall the term. It came up in the first trial 2 days ago.
Ballistic markings are the fingerprints of a weapon. All bullets fired from a gun are marked with that weapon's unique pattern. By examining the markings, you can tell which weapon was fired in the bullet. It's quite accurate.
We have 2 bullets in our possession. One, the bullet removed from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other, Mr. Von Karma, is a bullet buried in your shoulder. We could analyze both bullets, and if the markings matched, we would know that both bullets have been fired from the same gun, the very same pistol. In other words, the murder weapon that killed Gregory Edgeworth. Mr. Von Karma, you will let us remove the bullet from your shoulder. Then we'll compare the ballistic markings to those on this bullet. And solve this case once and for all. Well, Mr. Von Karma?
Ah!
That scream. I've heard that scream before. Wait, I know.
Help! I can't breathe! Quiet! I said quiet! You're not making this any easier!
Stop breathing my hair! Oh, I'll stop you! Stop breathing my hair!
Get away! Get away from my father!
that scream I heard in the elevator. 15 years ago. Von Karma, it was you who screamed.
Jeez Louise. How deep is this case, bro? Mr. Von Karma?
Edgeworth! All of you, identify me!
So it was you.
You and your father are my curse!
Your father shamed me with a penalty on my record. And you left a scar on my shoulder that would never fade.
I'll bury you! I'll bury you with my bare hands! Death! Death!
Chief Prosecutor.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, Karma, it's not like you made this kind of error. Never would have thought that Edgeworth would be the one to catch you. I was careless.
I'm sorry, but you'll have to be penalized. I've covered for you in the past, but not this time.
Edgeworth. It was a shock like none I've ever known. Me? Penalized?
Not if he buries his head through the wall first, yeah.
It took hours for me to regain my composure. Suddenly, I found myself in the darkness. I was in the court records room. Must have wandered in there without thinking where I was going. The room was pitch black. The lights must have gone out. I went out of the hall and felt my way to the elevator. I pressed the button when nothing happened. Then, there was a noise. I was in pain. A horrible, burning pain in my shoulder. Just then, the lights come back on. The elevator door opened before my eyes. I saw 3 people inside, all lying unconscious from oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, a pistol lay on my feet. I knew then it was destiny. In his last moments, Gregory Edgeworth was still unconscious. He died, never knowing who shot him. Later, he spoke through a medium blaming Mr. Yogi. He was fooled. It was the perfect crime. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Who would have thought another man would have come to open that elevator door? Judge!
What?
What are you doing? Do your job. Put an end to this miserable charade. Now, end it!
Very well then. It appears that we have come to a very long way to the end of this maze. 15 years later, Mr. Miles Edgeworth.
Yes, Your Honor.
You were innocent. You are innocent. As you said, it was all a nightmare.
Yes, Your Honor.
This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth.
Let's go, Phoenix Wright! And Maya. Maya helped a lot.
That is all. This court is adjourned.
Whew. Nick, we did it! Did you see his face? Von Karma looked even paler than usual. He's pretending to be all cool, but inside you crushed him, Nick. Crushed. I gotta say, I'm impressed.
It was pretty close, though. I was sure we'd have had it.
I know, I was on the verge of tears the whole time myself. But now it's all just a good memory.
So, it's finally over, Edgeworth.
Right. Yeah? I'm not sure how to say this. I know. Try, thank you. I see. Thank you, Wright.
You're welcome.
I think you could have done better than that. Sorry, I'm not good at this sort of thing. You got a lot to learn, Edgeworth.
She's got you there.
Whoa! Amazing, pal! You pulled through just like I thought you would!
Bro, this guy said that we were screwed.
I'll never forget this. I owe you one, pal. And tonight, let's party. Dinner's on me.
Yeah, my salary went down a bit this month.
Who cares?
See, Mr. Edgeworth? You should take a lesson from Detective Gumshoe. That's how you say thank you.
I see.
Whoop!
I feel foolish. Don't worry. Take it a little at a time. You'll get used to it.
It's been 15 years since I've seen Edgeworth this unguarded.
Hey, y'all! Lana! Y'all were great in there. Thank you. Yo, Edgeworth, congrats!
Thank you all very much.
I knew you were innocent from the start, of course. Just look at you. You wouldn't stick your hand in the cookie jar. These people are all fake. I know it's been like almost 2 years since I played this game, but this chick threw us under the bus.
You were the witness on the first day of the trial, weren't you?
Yeah, well, let bygones be gone. Oh my. Speaking of which, what are you doing here now, Lotta? Oh, speaking of which, what are you doing here now, Lotta? Who, me? Oh, I went back to college. I gave up trying an investigative photographer pretty quick.
Really? That's too bad.
Huh? Isn't that the hot dog guy for the park? Huh?
It's over, Nick. My life is over.
Well, why the sad face, Larry? What happened now? Oh, Nick, I'm not long for this world. You don't look sick.
It's Guidance. She's gonna live in Paris. Paris, Nick.
She's leaving me behind. Should have seen that coming. Yo, Edgy, there you are.
Yes, here I am.
Congrats, Edgy. Here, a little gift for me in celebration.
Celebration? That's unusual for you.
Hairy Butts, you come along tonight too, my treat, pal. Thanks, looking forward to it. Yo, Nick, that's the suit that questioned me. When he says treat, that's not police talk for prison food, right? Right? I think you'll be fine, Larry.
Right.
Yeah, what's up?
That envelope that Larry gave me, it's got money in it.
Well, yeah, that's not strange. People give money away to celebrate sometimes.
It's $38, right?
Huh? What a weird amount. I mean, it's not a little, but it's not a lot either. 38 exactly.
Nick? Wasn't that exactly the amount of lunch money that was stolen from Mr. Edgeworth in school?
$38? No.
No! Larry owes you!
What are you so surprised about, Wright? Huh?
Larry was absent that day from school, right?
But that doesn't automatically rule him out as a suspect.
What? Think back to that day 15 years ago. Larry took the day off, but he was bored, so he came back to school anyway. Then he saw the money lying there, and the rest is history.
I never was good at history.
Edgeworth, you didn't know, did you? I suspected. I just couldn't picture Larry protecting you like you did that day. Everyone else is saying you did it. The whole class was against you, remember?
Yeah, too well.
Right, you may not know this, but we used to have a saying back in school. When something smells, it's usually the butts.
I know.
Really, Wright? I'm surprised you didn't figure it out.
Well, that sure was an unexpected turn of events, eh? Edgeworth.
You should have told me!
No, Nick. It was 15 years ago. Don't you think the statute of limitations has run out, Mr. Edgeworth?
I'd say so, yes.
There you have it. Where does that leave me? I became an offense attorney because of what you two did.
Well, you've always been something of an insufferable emotionalist.
Yeah, and you get worked up too easily, too.
Death! The death sentence for both of you!
Man, if only I'd known, I'd become a better prosecutor. Or become...
The same goes for me, only the other way around. For the longest time, I thought I might have killed my own father. I thought I might be a criminal. I became a prosecutor in part of to punish myself. If I had known the truth, I might have become an offense attorney after all.
Edgeworth. Wanna switch right?
Hey, y'all! Line up, I'll take a photo! Hey, photo time, let's go!
And after that, dinner on me! Detective Gumshoe took us out on the town that night. We celebrated Edgeworth's newfound freedom, even though Edgeworth himself was still in detention. In detention for what? Whoa, I went a little overboard yesterday. My head hurts. Huh? It's only 5? Maybe I should go back to sleep. What's this? A letter.
Good morning, Nick. You were really impressive yesterday. Seeing you, it made me think about what I'm doing here. I'm a spirit medium, in training, of course. I wanted to help Mr. Edgeworth, too. I wanted to help you, but I couldn't. I was useless. So I decided to go back to my training. I'll become a full-fledged spirit medium for starters. I couldn't say it to your face, so I left this letter. Goodbye, Nick.
Goodbye? What time is it? Gah, the first trains for the mountains have already left. To the station. I guess I'm too late.
Hey! Nick?
Maya! So, you're leaving?
Yeah. It's hard being a spirit medium who can't talk to spirits. And I think you'll do fine without me, Nick. Be good, okay?
Wait!
What?
I never could have saved Edgeworth without your help.
Huh?
On the last day of the trial, I heard her. I heard Mia's voice.
You heard my sister?
Yes, only her voice, but still. It was at the very end when I thought we'd lose everything.
Well, that's my sister for you. Detective Gumshoe helped, and Mr. Grossberg, and even Larry. I'm the only one who couldn't help. I was useless, Nick.
But you were the one who stopped Von Karma, Maya.
Huh? I didn't do anything. All I did was wander around the daze.
Sorry, but I have evidence that you helped.
Evidence?
Show Maya said evidence to cheer her up. Hey, yo! Check out this parrot!
Huh? Sorry, Nick. I guess I don't understand.
Uh-oh, now I think about it, I don't understand this evidence either.
But one day, I'll come back and be useful, I promise. So, this is it. See you soon, Maya.
Hopefully they didn't give me a bad ending or anything.
Thanks, Nick.
And so my story ends. Time to turn a new page. Say goodbye to the novice defense attorney that I once was. Now a new story begins. With the same old crazy cast of characters. Ha! Don't think you've graduated yet, amateur.
Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to rethink that claim.
Should we show him who's boss?
Yo, Pika, thanks for the raid. Alright. Oh, I guess it's automatic. How was, what was it? Pokemon Unite? This is all playing automatically, by the way. I'm not tapping A. Did a 5-stack with some friends and we were gaming. Man, I miss 5-stacking in Unite. No cap, Pika, I would definitely do in a 5-stack, but I doubt that's very often anyway, so... Were you... I was about to ask if you guys were gaming, but you just said you were gaming. It's good. Good stuff. Well, yeah, I'm glad we took out Von Karma. So, I'm pretty sure I said this back when I started Case 4, but I have watched the anime of Ace Attorney, so I kind of knew how this specific case would turn out. But every non-anime case that there is, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. But I think this case ending counts as the first game. So we were so close to beating the first game, then I just took forever to beat it. Phoenix, right? The defense attorney for whom I wrote that affidavit to. The Gatewater Hotel. If you're in the area, please stop by. Cool. What's your fave case so far? So case 1 was the clock. Case 3 was the samurai, I remember that. This was case 4. I don't remember what case 2 was. Unless case 2 was the samurai.
I know there's Samurai. Girlfriend getting killed by the clock. Nah, Mia. Oh yeah, Mia was framed. Right. Mia was the second one. Dude, the second one was so sad. Okay, so guys, I'm not used to like playing games that like make you sad and all that stuff. But dude, I was like, yo, Mia is so awesome. She's like amazing, right? Like she's your mentor. And then after the first case, after you guys do such a great job, she gets murdered, bro. Like in cold blood. I'm like, what the fudge? That was so sad. I mean, she's not gone from the plot because spirit mediums and all that jazz and this story and all that stuff. But it was crazy, dude. I was so shocked. I was actually shocked. Like, wow, they really killed off the mentor that early? I mean, it's not completely crazy to see like mentors or like a teacher die. For example, Ike, right? His dad got blown back, and if his dad didn't die, he wouldn't be as amazing of a character that he is, right? Or as strong as he is and all that stuff. Judge so crap. Yo, this judge sucks, dude. If I lived in this world and like, that's FE general true. Well, literally, dude. If I lived in this world and I got framed for murder, I'd just hold the L. I'd immediately hold the L, or I would die of having too many heart attacks in the courtroom. Because you know how many close calls Phoenix had, dude? He had so many close calls, man. He's funny, at least that's true, he is funny. He is funny, but at the same time, he pisses me off.
Oh, Mr. Wright, what evidence do you speak of? Hey, the evidence is right here in this photo. Oh, we're not as smart as you. Can you tell us where in the photo the evidence contradicts itself? We're dumb around here.
It was like, bro, there's a bullet at the elevator door, and the guy's dead, and the other side of the room. There's no way he got shot at the elevator door, fell to the side, and died. There's no way. Just get rid of him. Living here against Session would be a disaster? Yeah, dude. It would be a disaster. I think this is the same judge for the entire series. If I'm not wrong. I think there's 5 Ace Attorney games, or 6? I don't remember. We're not done with the first game? Wait, Pika, is this still technically the first game? Or is this the second game? What the? Let me look it up. In case Twitch chat doesn't tell me. How many cases in the first Ace Attorney game? There's 5 cases. Oh shoot. Well, I was gonna take quote-unquote mini break from this, but I guess we have another case. Gamers, this case is not in the anime, so I'm not sure what's gonna happen. All I know about this case is that there's weird. That little guy in the symbol up there, he gives trouble or something. But whatever. We'll save. Alright. We're done with Ace Attorney for today. I can play a bit of Smash or something.